Alrighty, before we get today's episode started, I want to tell you guys about the service that we use to bring you TnT, which is Buzzsprout. Buzzsprout is the perfect service to use when starting a new podcast. Our experience with Buzzsprout has been phenomenal. I set up an account in minutes, and boom, we are on the road to creating this very podcast. The team at Buzzsprout is passionate about helping you succeed, which is why they post new guides to their YouTube every single week. Just by using this service, you can get your podcast listed on all the major platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. You also get a great looking podcast website, audio players that you can drop into other websites, detailed analytics to see how people are listening, tools to promote your episodes, and more. Join over 100,000 podcasters already on the platform today. To start your own podcast and get a $20 Amazon gift card, use the link down below. It will let Buzzsprout know we sent you, as well as support the show. Now on with the episode.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back into the TnT podcast. I'm your host, Ted.
And I am Tim.
And today we're going to be going over one of our favorite topics. As we have gotten permission from each other, we're going to be doing our favorite memories of each other. Like we said in the beginning, we've known each other for over 10 years. So there's a lot of memories that we have of each other, and we got the permission from each other to bring these memories
there's a couple
to you.
Bad ones.
Yeah, there are some bad ones, I'll tell you that much.
All right, you want to start it off?
Yes. So one of my favorite memories of this guy was when we were freshmen in high school. And we were sitting in the caf. This is when we had study. And he used to eat these mambas. Mambas were like a big thing back in like 2014.
It's like a Starburst kind of thing.
Yeah. So he had these mambas, and he would eat them all the time. He would get them at this convenience store down right next to the high school. So he would bring them in and eat them for study. And
I hate this.
One day, he decided to eat a mamba, spit it out, and decided to put it on our friend's chair. And then once our friend came, he sat down on it. And then, it gets better. It gets better. Here we go. So next thing you know, I don't know if this was the same day or this was a different day or whatnot, but next day comes.
Probably a different day.
Probably a different day. He eats this mamba, puts it back in the wrapper, and then our friend that was sitting next to us, she picks it up and puts it in her mouth. And I look at this guy and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me right now?"
All right, let me just say, freshman year of high school, I was a nasty.
He was unreal. He was one of the shottest mofos I have ever met.
Only freshman year. After that, I was.
Yeah, he started to mellow down after freshman year.
I was more normal after that.
If you're wondering, did the girl know? She had absolutely no idea. She had no idea. So we didn't even tell her. I don't know. We just we kind of let it happen.
It happened so fast. There was no time to stop. She was like, "Oh, thanks," and just ate it. And I was like, "Oh God."
Yeah, it was.
I was
shocking. Very shocking to say the least.
It's all right. That was 5 years ago. I've changed. I've evolved. Oh,
so God. What do you got? What do you got?
Oh, you know what I got. You started off with the nasty one. I'm gonna start off with the nasty one.
God. All right.
The only difference here, this one was maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
So, as we've stated, we're from northern New Jersey, and the most popular convenience store is Quick Check. So me, Ted, and one of our other friends were hanging out. We were sitting at Quick Check, and Ted goes, "Oh, I gotta go take a poop." So I'm like, "All right, go ahead." It's all right. We're just sitting there, me and her talking, whatever. He walks out, comes back into the car, and tells us, starts going over the story. There's no toilet paper. He didn't know what to do. So we're like, "All right, so would you go get some more?" He goes, "No." I go, "So Ted, did you wipe your ass?" He goes, "No." But and I'm like, "There's no buts. You asked for more toilet paper." So this guy knowingly walked in there, took a crap, and walked out knowing he didn't wipe his ass, and still drove around and hung out until we had enough. As a Ted, go home and wipe your ass.
So I don't know why I decided.
Try and defend yourself.
All right, so I don't know what in my right mind would want me to tell them that I did not wipe my own ass. I really don't know what. I don't know what happened. I guess
Why wouldn't you just go ask for more toilet paper?
I don't know. The thought of that just never crossed
or
my
they have
mind.
paper towels in there. Worst
I don't
case
know,
scenario.
but Quick Check played the reverse card because some people they take a shit and not wash their hands. So they pulled the reverse card. It was like, here, you can wash your hands, but you just can't wipe your ass.
Oh my god, that I probably laughed for a solid half hour straight.
They were laughing. Him and our friend were laughing for
that might be one of my top
of
moments of you.
Yeah. And the funny part is, it gets better. The funny part is, I decided when I got home to text him and said I wiped my ass.
That's right. I forgot about that. Literally nothing. We're home, and I just get a text saying, "I finally wiped my ass."
They didn't respond. They had no idea what to say.
I had no
that.
words. Like, to say, "Good job, buddy."
I can't remember if I put a smiley face after that or not, but it's too funny. It's too funny, man. Too funny.
You are special.
Oh my god. Oh my
Jesus.
god.
All right. Well, what's your next one?
My next one. We actually started up this quote page where we had a ton of quotes on here.
Because we'll preface this by saying we both say really stupid things just randomly. So we figured it'd be hilarious if we say something and we think it's funny, we just type it in our phones.
Yeah, so we started this back up like a couple years ago, and it's gotten a long... Yeah, 2018. And
2019.
We've said a lot of stuff. And I remember this one time we were together we went to our friend's college and he was like on some type of crack. I don't know what he was on that night. He was on some type of crack, and I literally was videotaping him, and he would just come out attacking me like nobody's business. Like, I tell you right now, like, he decided to he had this bag, and like it looked like he like launched it out of his ass.
I know, I remember that video.
He was like, "I'm gonna launch this out of my ass," and he just launched it right at me, and I'm like, "What is this guy doing?" And then he like literally like I threw something at him, and I swear to God, he literally looked like he was like a dog, and he was like, yes, he like started spazzing out. He started spazzing out and like trying to like run at me, and he kept slipping. He had no
traction.
No traction, and he just started slipping. And I was like, holy shit! I gotta back up. I don't know what to expect. And then there was this also that same night I recorded him, and then he like launched on my foot, and like he looked like he was about to eat my foot.
And that same night, my friend and I, we were still up I think we were actually playing Minecraft on our phones, and Ted was down there. He's been like asleep for a while, or I guess you were asleep for a while, and then I guess you woke up, and I got a notification on my phone, and I just go, "Oh, CNN breaking news," and I just hear Ted here just start cracking up.
I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, "What?" I literally wake up, and that's the first thing I wake up to is CNN breaking news.
And funny thing is, I literally 1 minute ago got a notification from CNN.
Oh, look at that! Oh my God!
Apparently, Kim Jong-un is in grave danger after surgery.
Oh.
So little Rocket Man might sense some danger.
Oh boy!
Breaking news.
I know. Oh boy.
Okay.
Gimme. All right. So next, your next memory.
All right. If we're going towards the list, I'll go with this one. It's with our friend Lauren. She'll be on here at some point. It's not gonna be funny to anyone on here, I bet, but to us it's really funny. We had just gotten Domino's, and we did a challenge like to eat a whole Domino's pizza by herself, whatever. So then you and her just start arguing. Just going, "It's a box, it's a plate, it's a box, it's a plate." Just going back and forth. Then you both look at me and go, "Tim," and I'm just like, "Oh, Jesus Christ."
Yeah, we were like, we just had enough of it. We were just like, it's a plate. It's not a plate. It was a box. It's like, it's a box, not a plate. It's a box. And then he was like, "Oh, it's a plate." And I'm like, "Tim."
That was Lauren.
Tim.
No, it was you and Lauren.
Oh, Yeah, it was both of us. We were just like, Lauren let out her big sigh, and she was like, "I'm done with this. I'm done with you."
And then right after that, Ted takes a shit and didn't wipe his ass. Right after that
Hey,
one.
was that really after that? No way was that. No,
Yeah,
that
it's
was not the, that was the same night. I guess it was. I
it
don't
might have
know.
been. I don't know.
Could have been. I don't know. But uh, this memory actually, this one memory I had of him was actually this. It was just recently, and we were on FaceTime, and for some reason we started doing like this delivery thing.
No. What he did, we're we're talking normally, and then he just goes,
Uh, like to place a delivery.
or he goes, "Can I place an order for delivery?"
Yeah, I don't know. I literally was. I don't know what
So on
I wanted him to say that.
FaceTime, we're just going through. He's ordering something. I'm all right. I could do that. Yeah. Like, oh, do you want any sides with that? You know, like a normal person who answers the phone at a restaurant would. We're just going through an order.
Yeah, we're literally going to. Yeah, as you can tell by now, we are very shot. Like
It went on for a
we're just.
solid 10 minutes, and then we reversed. I ordered something, and then we went
Yeah,
after. We were like, "What the hell just happened?"
yeah, basically, basically. Um, One of my other favorite memories of this guy was we were in eighth grade, and we were playing indoor soccer, and we were playing against each other, and we were up. My team was up 4-1 with like 5 minutes left, and this guy fired a bullet to me. I felt so bad when I caught it. I'm like, bro, I wish I let him score because he's a homie. He's a homie. So I'm like, I want to let him score. That's a homie. You know,
And I'm like, "Thanks," but then it's not a real goal. I didn't
right,
earn it then.
right. But like,
So
I was like, man, it's a homie, dog.
I was pissed it didn't go in, but at the same time, if you did, you let it go in. That's different.
Right, right. No, I got you. I
I
got you.
didn't make a goal. You let a goal go in.
Right, right,
If that makes sense.
right. You up?
Yeah. All right. So as I've stated, I work at Walmart. I used to be the department manager over the online pickup department, which also handled like the holiday layaway. So obviously everybody knows the song "Come Sail Away." So we're listening to that song, and Ted just, I think we literally just got McDonald's or something. We're
Yeah,
driving
we
away,
did.
this song comes on, and I hear Ted go, "Look at me," and then replace the lyrics with "Come lay away, come lay away, come lay away with me."
I thought it was like the greatest thing to ever come up with. I was like, dude, this is literally a market
He
gold right now.
gasped and was so excited that he came up with this.
It was such a eureka moment. I'm like, holy
Like
crap!
I saw the light
I
bulb come on
gotta,
above his
yeah,
head.
yeah. I was like, wow, I gotta do this. This is the perfect idea. Like it goes so perfectly with the song. It's you can't go away from it. So it just was so easy to just fill in, and that was that. But obviously, they couldn't really do much with it because obviously it would have been license rights and all that stuff. But
Yeah, I don't remember if
um,
I brought it up to him, but maybe this year I will. We'll see if
yeah, hey,
we'd be
listen,
able to do it.
yeah,
Have to
like that'd be cool.
research if we'd be able to. But all
That'd
right,
be great.
what you got for me now?
Oh man, I okay. So we were bowling, right? We a couple of our friends, we decided to bowl. It was like I think it was about the five of us, and we decided to go to the bowling alley, and we were doing pretty good, having a good time. And then this guy, I saw a rage inside him because he was doing so bad in bowling, and he was going off in the second game. We were all like, "Whoa,
Because
we don't want to
I
mess with this
usually
guy."
suck at bowling,
Whenever this guy
so
gets angry
bad.
at bowling, he just goes off. Like he just
I
goes
just have to
off.
always be angry when we go bowling.
Yeah. So, oh, that brings up another memory, which you can bring up. But
You could bring that one up.
so all right, I'll bring it up after that. So so I turn to my one of my close friends. I go to her. I'm like, is he playing with us right now? And she's like, yeah, I think so. I think so. I think we got to something's got to give here. So we're playing and stuff, and he just blew us out of the water. He was blowing us out. I was like third. I think I was like fourth, and Lauren was second, and yeah, so it just was, yeah, he just got so angry.
Because I always suck at bowling. Always.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Right, right.
All right. My next memory, this is another top moment. So, us and a couple of our friends are sitting in Starbucks. And one of our friends just points at Ted and goes, Ted, you have a Band-Aid on your back. And Ted being Ted, which you guys will get to know him better. He's special. We both are, but
yeah,
he searches everywhere on his body for this thing. Even though we pointed at it, he still can't find it. Then he finally does. It's like over his shoulder. No. And I went. He was searching everywhere, and I'm like, oh my God, Ted.
and
it's right here, you dum-dum.
Yeah.
And Ted just exclaims, "Oh, I've been looking for this all day."
Yeah, and the girls next to me, the girls that were sitting right next to us, Lily.
We don't know them, and we just see them like their face, their hands, dying laughing at him.
yeah, and it's funny because at the time I had a toe infection, and I had this Band-Aid, and I had to put like gauze around my toe, and I wanted to get the Band-Aid on it just so it would stay put, and I couldn't find the Band-Aid, so I had to get another one just to put down, just to just make sure it holds, and I just couldn't find the other one until they finally pointed it out.
How did it wind up on your back?
To be honest with you, I think what happened was I put it down, and I must have, I don't know, maybe I leaned down, and for some reason, like I laid down, and it stuck onto my back, and just
maybe
never
you put it on your bed or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that could have been the case, or on my couch, and just didn't realize I had it there. But another memory, I guess I could tell this memory of myself since we were on that topic. Another time we were bowling. It was me, him, and our friend Lauren, and we were going down to. We went to this bowling place, and we were bowling, and we went to play air hockey there, and I went a little hard on. I tried to cover this up the whole time. I actually.
The best like reveal. Tell the story, and then I'll get to that.
Okay, so what actually happened was I actually ripped my pants bowling, and I covered it up very well. I didn't say a damn word.
Came up just to put him down. Teddy turned into a clown. Go ahead.
Yeah, you don't know where that song's from. You live under a rock. But anyway,
who are Patrick. You people?
Yeah, well, no reference to Patrick there, but like I said,
we're all right.
Yeah,
we're playing air hockey the entire game. I don't remember who won, but he walks out from the other side, and there's a huge like rip from like the middle of your thigh down to your knee in your shorts.
And I'm like, this happened.
Yeah, something happened.
yeah. And I'll never forget it, man. It's just bizarre. It's just bizarre, but oh my God. But that brings me back to the moment where we went, when you got so mad. I think you bowled like 140 or something, and literally like it was just ridiculous.
Not that that's good, but it's good for me.
Yeah, it was good for all of us. Like I think you had a 140. I think our friend Nicole, she had like maybe a 30, 20 maybe, give or take. I can't remember the exact score, but Lauren and I struggled that whole time. It was not fun whatsoever. Yeah. As Nicole wanted to beat your ass because you kept freaking doing so good. You kept doing so good. Oh my God. But this guy, oh my God.
You gonna tell that story?
Oh, which one?
The one of me getting mad?
Yes. So.
See, I don't get mad often. I'll put it that way. I if I get mad, I control my temper, normally.
Yeah.
But tell the story.
This guy just went off, man. Like this was, I think about 2 years ago. This was like one of our last days of high school, and he was going through something at the time, and we were at this bus stop in Maryland because we went on a trip to Virginia as like a senior class, our whole class went to Virginia, and we were coming back from there, and we stopped at this rest stop, and he was. I've never seen this man pissed off more in my life. Like I saw like his face go completely red, and like I literally had to calm down. I'm like, Bud, we not now, not now, not now. We have to wait. We have to wait. And we tried to resolve things, but he just kept getting worse
We're in
and
the
worse.
middle of like it was at the bus stop, roll of food, and I just kick a bench as hard as I can.
Yeah, and I told him, I'm like, listen, you gotta I'm like, calm down. If anything, just go back to the bus. Just get your breath, calm down, and see where we can go from there. But it was a tense situation. It was tough to calm him down after all that what happened. But yeah, it was something to remember. That's for sure.
Then, speaking of getting mad, I just thought of this one. All right. We've both had experiences with the supernatural.
Yes.
Where Ted, I don't know how to describe it. He doesn't like that stuff. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, I've had my encounters with spirits. I've
Which
actually,
that could be a whole different episode.
yes, I can go into
Um,
that for a whole topic, whole different topic
but
for that.
so we're driving on Clinton Road, which is one of the most like haunted roads. I think it's in the country. I don't really know.
Yeah, one of the most haunted roads in the country.
So we're on the road, which Ted hates driving on,
Yeah, I'm not a
and
big fan of it.
somehow we got him to do it. We got him to drive on it, and I was in the back seat, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna scare this guy. I'm gonna scare him. So I sit like in the middle of the seat to where he'd be able to see me through the rear view mirror. Literally, I don't say a word. All I do is just stare at him right in the eyes with
I
like a
hated that.
tiny little smirk. Just stared at him, said nothing. Didn't say a word, just looked at him.
I was I
I
was
remember
freaking out. I was freaking out.
yeah, you kept like, you were driving obviously, you kept like looking up, didn't say anything, you kept looking at me back and forth. I saw your eyes go like to the mirror, back to the road, boom, 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 boom. And then you just kept doing it faster, faster. You kept like starting to freak out. You're like, you started screaming, "Stop it! Effing
Like,
stop it! Stop it! Stop
yeah, I
it!"
was freaking out
Top
because
of his lungs, he was
yeah,
freaking out.
I just hate that stuff.
Oh my
I'm not.
god.
I just don't. I don't mess with spirits, man. Like that stuff. I just try not to. Like we said before. I could say that for a whole different episode, which we can get into at some point soon. But it was just. I just don't like that stuff, and uh, it just gets me so tensed up.
Oh, I love that story.
Yeah.
All right.
He
What
he's
you got? What you
oh
got?
man. All right, so I'm gonna take this back. Let's bring this back to let's say about a couple months ago. We came up with this thing. We had this character that our friend Joe that was on the podcast uh, a few episodes before, and he has this character called Poppy, and so we came up with this character. We had Poppy and Pops, so we came up with this like little skit thing, and Jimmy. We had Jake was Jimmy, and we had this whole skit
Jimmy.
thing. It was hilarious. We would honestly, if we had this recorded, we could probably put this on Adult Swim. That's how freaking funny it was. I just it would literally like we went into like this weird like I don't know we went into this like, whole entire skit that we did like the whole improvisation about, and the skit literally took us like 20 minutes. We did 20 minutes full improv of like a whole situation, and it was one of the funniest
Us
things
just
you could ever
playing
see.
pool. Oh my god, it was so funny. Like that, it's something
Yeah,
that we want to pitch to Adult Swim because it's something they would have on there.
yeah.
Oh my god.
So funny, so funny. You just could not beat that. Like literally, like we said, like this could be that could be on Adult Swim. That's how funny it was.
Oh, easily,
Yeah.
easily. All right, next, I'm just gonna go over a couple things on the quote page, like little snapshot memories.
Yeah.
So the very first one is he was gonna start telling stories like, oh, so one time then his phone dropped like right in between the seat and the door. So he was like, so one time I thump. He just goes,
I looked up with such disappointment too. I
Like
felt
he
the
just
phone
got
come out of my.
so like just like sad for that 1 second. Like that just happened. That just like broke him. Oh, it was so funny.
Yeah, I literally looked up and I looked at your windshield. I'm like, fuck. And it was just, I was like, are you kidding me? And keep going, keep going. I just found a really funny quote. Very funny quote.
Then this, I don't remember when this was, but I remember him saying it. He goes, "Oh, I'm gonna go to Salt Lake City to swim in the Salt Lake."
Yes. So you know what? I don't know what what made me say it, but I was like, oh, I want to go to Utah. I want to swim in the Salt Lake. I want to see how that goes.
All right, I don't know if you remember what this one means. It's like I wait. It's like I caught a fish and it didn't dry off. Do you remember that? Because I don't know what that means.
Yes, it was referring to something really nasty.
Oh, okay. Not.
Really nasty. I don't think we want to talk about that.
All right, this one. I wasn't a part of this one. I wasn't in the call yet, but it was our friend Lauren's birthday. As well, she was away, and her roommate set up like a call for us all to sing happy birthday to her. So, her and her friend are in it, and her mom went. Yep, her mom wound up being in it, and Ted joins. Just goes, "What's up, effers?"
Yeah, yeah. Literally, I didn't even know her mom was in the call, and just like winged it out. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
And she's like, "Oh, hi, Ted."
Yeah. Like, oh, this is embarrassing, isn't it? But yeah, going back, I think I remember now. Going back to the fish thing, it was something. It was something like, I don't. It was in regard to a comparison of some sort, but it wasn't anything like really. It wasn't really anything really gross, but it was something like, I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't anything like disgusting, but it was something more like. So I guess it was more of a comparison of something.
Oh God.
I don't know. I just came to me.
This one's just funny. You just go, are we just going to ignore the fact that I have a huge booty?
Okay, to explain that one, that was a thing. Okay, so everyone sees the bots on Instagram and stuff like that. So I basically just said, I was on my phone, I was looking through Instagram, and I see this bot put on a comment on, I forgot what, but it was like, totally, it was that quote basically, and yeah, so I just freaking winged it.
Then, sorry, Mr. Left Ball, I squeezed you by accident.
Okay. Okay, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. That one was, I don't know what I was thinking of that one.
That's what I'm saying. These are like snapshot memories. It's like you
Yeah.
remember saying it, but some of them you don't remember the context.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
there's, my face is the equal circumference of my ass.
I remember saying that, but I don't remember what the context was.
Yep.
It's literally half those, like the thing with like the fish thing. I don't know what the context was for that. I think it was just I don't know, comparison or whatnot. Like that just before. Like, I had no idea.
Get your head out of the gutter.
What?
Never mind.
So I just found this really funny quote that he had in here on his, and he said, "The ATM machine tried to rape me. It seriously happened."
I see. I don't know.
Oh, and this was another one. So we were at, I think we were at my place, and we were just chilling, and Tim comes up to me and he's like, "Dude, can I wash my human balls?" And I'm like,
you just like stone face serious, like I just said. Like you're just like, dude, just say wash your hands. Like,
yeah, dude. I was like, what? I was like, what's going on right now?
Oh my God. Then there's this one. It was like at the beginning of the whole coronavirus situation. Guam didn't have any cases, so he just goes, "Screw it, I'm moving to Guam."
Yeah,
like,
I'm going to Guam. I'm like, I'm going to Guam. They got no cases. Well, I'm going to freaking Marshall Islands now. They got no cases, so I'm going to go live my life in Marshall Islands.
All right, then one more of Ted, then I guess we'll move on to my quotes, which I have a lot.
Yes, she
Um,
is a lot.
this, this one just happened the other night. For whatever reason, we mentioned Bush as in the president, and he just he goes, "Oh, speaking of Bush, my mom came up to me and then started going to him like Ted. That started off so wrong."
Yeah. It was a little topic or something, and for some reason, my mom comes up to me. Should I tell the story what my mom said, or should I hold off?
That's up to you.
All right. So what happened was I shaved. I decided to shave and have a different like style, and you know I come out of the bathroom and walk past her, and she looks at me and she's like, why does your beard look like a vagina?
And I'm like, what does that even mean?
I was like, what? I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, oh yeah, underneath right here, it literally looks like a vagina. I'm like, what?
I really, I still don't know what that means.
Yeah, me neither. I just was like so confused. Yeah. My mom's something else. I'll tell you that.
All right, if you want, go ahead and start my quotes.
So, oh, this is a great one. So this was with you, and you were with Lauren one night. I don't know where I was. I don't know what I was doing, but you were with Lauren one night, and they were chilling at this park, and this park is closed at night, and they were just hanging out or whatever. And
Oh, I'll tell this one. I'll
okay,
finish it
all
up.
right,
So we're in one of the parks in our towns, like yeah, Ted just said. We stopped at Quick Check. We wanted ice cream, so we bought like one of the little things of ice cream. So I didn't want to stay parked there, so I'm like, whatever. I'll just go park in the park. So we get there, we park. We were talking about school is starting soon, blah blah whatever. We're eating our ice cream. Then all of a sudden, I happen to look up, and there's a car parked behind me with a spotlight on. And I'm like, oh Jesus, this is a cop, isn't it? So I'm like, crap. So the cop gets out of his car, walks up. I roll the window down, and he goes, "Oh, what are you guys doing tonight?" And I just like so innocently just look up to him and go, "Eating ice cream." And the park closes at night, so he just said, "Oh, the park's closed. You're not really supposed to be here." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, sorry, officer." And we left.
yeah, it was so funny, man. So when he told me that story, I just could not stop laughing. So the way he said it was just the way he told me he said it was just so funny, so funny. Oh, this is another one. Is missing for several hours.
Oh my god!
When I was working at Planet
All right,
Fitness at the
you
time.
tell your POV.
Okay,
I'll tell my POV of this. Oh,
okay.
I forgot about that.
Oh yeah. So I was working at Planet Fitness at the time. I was there for about a couple months, and I had a 4 to 9 shift. I think it was a Friday or Thursday or Friday of some sort,
It was
and
a
Thursday,
Thursday. 'Cause
Thursday.
that's when I
Yeah.
yeah.
So I go into work and I get these like I hear my phone vibrating. I'm like, what is that? So I had to clean one of the tanning beds. So I went in there, I was cleaning or whatever. And I usually check my phone each time I'm in the tanning beds. And I get this text from his brother, and he's like, "Have you talked to Tim?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I text him at 2 o'clock, and I go onto my go back to the desk or whatever, and do my thing, and then go back into the tanning bed to clean off one of the beds again. And he goes, "Oh, we haven't heard from him." I'm like,
In several hours.
several hours. I'm like, uh, okay. So, I go to my boss. I'm like, hey, I think my friend's missing. I gotta take care of this. And he's like, hey, don't worry about it. You gotta take care of what you gotta do. I got the desk boot. So I'm like, okay. So I keep calling. I called him, and he's not answering. He's not picking up. He's not picking up. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. I know you're here. Come on. Come on.
All right, I'll take it from here. Then we'll go to what happened after.
Yeah.
So this was what was this? This was fall 2019. I had a night class. Yeah, I had a 2.5 hour night class at school. So, my family I told them my schedule. It was the beginning of the semester, so I guess they weren't used to it. So whatever, I'm at, I'm in class, whatever, learning, and I keep feeling my phone like vibrate, vibrate, vibrate. Something is one of our group chats. I'm like, oh my god, these people are going off. But so then the teacher was changing PowerPoints or something, so we had a minute of like a breather. So I look at my phone. My dad texted me a bunch of times. My brother texted me. I see a bunch of missed calls. So then I start like starting to freak out, like, oh my god, did something happen? So then I answer my dad, and I'm like, in class. I'll call you after. So I get out of class and I call him right away, and he just starts off. He's like, "I'm sorry," and I'm like, "What?" I guess they forgot I had class, so then they were starting to get worried, thinking I was missing.
Mm.
Because 2.5 hour class, they probably takes me like I don't know, half hour to get to school. So we'll say they haven't heard from me 3-4 hours. So they started freaking out. So I guess they reached out to Ted here. They were I guess reaching out. I don't know if they reached out to anyone else, but so I
I
guess
don't think
they
they
were like
did.
starting to freak out. I was literally just in class learning, and then
Yeah.
here he is, like starting to freak out, thinking I'm missing. And then you texted Lauren like, "Have you heard from me?" So then you got her all worried at school. And then after I get off the phone with my dad, I call you, and you're just like, "What the hell?"
And I was like, what the hell is going on right now?
So yeah, that's the time I was missing for a few hours.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
another one. This is a great quote too, from him. He goes, "Ooh, I got a notification from State Farm."
that's exactly how I said it too. And
Yeah.
I have no affiliation with State Farm, so it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah. And he also said, "My itch is backy."
I meant to say my back is itchy.
Yeah, we said, just some random stuff, but we started this up maybe
Like this
like
right here.
2018.
What if the Earth got pulled over by the sun? That's another good one.
Yeah.
Oh, here's one. So I have an Apple Watch, and there's a watch face on it of Mickey Mouse, and when you press on it, it says the time basically. So this is what right after we discovered this. So I was like pressing it, because I don't know. I thought it was funny, and I press it, and then Ted starts saying something, and I just scream, "Don't interrupt Mickey!"
Oh yeah, I used to do that all the time. I used to just interrupt Mickey the whole time. Another good story was actually beginning of this year. Um, it was something about ice cream, and we were. I guess they wanted to get ice cream, and I told them I already ate ice cream, and I was going on about it, how good it was. It was Friendly's ice cream. If anyone that has had Friendly's ice cream, you know how good it is.
Not a sponsor.
So yeah, we're not sponsored by Friendly's, by the way. So, um, I'm going on about it, and the thing I said was, "Bro, it's low fat." I just
Bro,
went
it's
all
so
out.
fat.
It was low fat, so that's why I've always had that because it was low fat.
And speaking of that, that actually brings it to another one. This one happened just the other day. So me, you, and Lauren are on FaceTime, and me and her are talking about whatever. And I see Ted's camera moving. I don't know. We didn't think anything of it. So we're talking, and we just happen to stop for a second, and I just hear Ted like quietly say to himself, he was like, "Oh yeah, snack time." Oh
Yeah,
god.
it was like midnight, and I'm just dead tired, and I'm like, all right, well, you know what? I'm just say the most random stuff. So I just was all for it.
Alrighty. You got any others you want to share?
Um, Trying to think if there's any. There's so many to choose from, but there's like ones that are like so specific. But I think that's it, man. I think we covered a great amount. Unless
Definitely.
you got
That's
one more for,
um about you or about me.
or for both of us, if you have anything to add on to both of ours.
Um, hmm. I'm looking at your quotes now. I'm like, I want to come up with another one, but some of it's a little. We'll call it too dumb.
Too dumb. Yes. Yeah, that's for sure. That's a great way to put it.
I think we'll keep it there. You know, we'll definitely do another one of these because there's a lot.
Yeah. Oh, there's one more.
One
There's
more,
one more about
leave us
one
off
more.
with.
Yeah. So there's one more, and this was I think about probably 2 3 months ago, and we were just chilling or whatever, and I had to grunt. My throat was killing me. I had to grunt. I had to grunt so loud, and they look. You know, him and Lauren look at me, and I'm
Were
like,
we in the car?
yeah.
Yeah, we were probably just talking, having a conversation, and then Ted just went like, "Oh," or something.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I had to like it was bad. I don't know what happened, but
we
I
looked at
literally
him
turned
like,
to them.
"You good?"
I was like, oh, sorry. I had to grunt.
I just had to grunt.
I had to grunt, man.
Like God, I just had to grunt.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, the lamp. For
God,
some
the
reason
moth
in
memes
this,
from years ago.
yes, for some reason I don't know what made me say this, but I was like, I have a lamp.
I have a lamp.
Yeah, I don't know what made me say it, but it was just something so random.
Oh my God. All right, I guess we will leave this off there. I'm sure we'll do a part two of this. Like I said, we've known each other for years. There's definitely going to be a lot
Tons and
more.
tons more.
I'm sure there will be new ones that'll happen, old ones we haven't mentioned. I'm sure there's a ton. Alrighty, so thank you guys for listening to TNT. I guess we'll catch you next time.